at an end your rule is. And not short enough it was. If so powerful you are, why leave?
Hey, welcome to the Extreme Channel for another statue review. Today we're going to undig one of the most complex questions: does size matter? On one hand, Yoda's a little guy, but we know he's one of the most powerful force wielders in the world. On the other hand, he's a little guy, yet this is a huge statue. I'm so confused. I was really hoping that would lead to some type of inappropriate joke, but I think before I started the review, he was like, "You will not make That's What She Said" jokes. Possibly. Hey, my name is Mr. X. Welcome to the Extreme Channel. We are giving away $1,000 statues to you guys. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey, welcome to the Extreme Channel. My name is Mr. X. If you're new here and you like stuff like this, I have thousands of videos and hundreds of high-end collectibles, Star Wars pop culture related. Make sure to not only hit the like button for this video, but sub to the channel and ring the bell notification if you want to see more. But today we're going to focus on this guy. What is this guy? This is a custom statue. It means it's a private unlicensed commission. I can't tell you where it came from. However, we're going to do an in-depth review and give you some details on it. This is obviously the Jedi Master Yoda. This is from Episode 3, the 6th movie that came out, Revenge of the Sith, where he fought one of the most powerful Siths of all time, Emperor Palpatine, who was Chancellor Palpatine at the time. I'd have to go back and rewatch that. Did he declare himself Emperor before they fought? Throw that down in the comments below, because every comment you make in here actually wins you a statue. We just did a giant giveaway. As we try to grow this channel, we like to reward you guys for watching and subscribing. So because of that, every 5,000 milestone when it comes to subscribers, we give away a couple $1,000s worth of statues. We've actually given away over 20 statues. To win one was easy. First, you gotta be subscribed to the channel. You'll get bell notifications when videos drop. Each video that drops, you wanna make a comment on those videos. We pick a random video, we give away statues based on a comment. You can say whatever you want. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. All right, so we're gonna break it into a few different sections as we traditionally do here. We're gonna rate it on a scale of 1 to 5. Reminder that 3 is good. 3 means you get what you paid for. How much did I pay for this? We'll talk all about that. But first, we're gonna talk about the concept. So as I said, the great thing about collecting Star Wars characters, which I have a very limited number anymore. In fact, check out this video recently where I was actually making room not only for this guy, but putting all my Star Wars stuff together for the most part. Other than one giant collectible I still have up for sale, this Wampa piece right here, which ironically is made by the same maker of this. Just makes amazing Star Wars stuff. And again, I'm sorry I can't give you any information. But back on track, the great thing about Star Wars characters is there's so many different movies and there's different iterations of them. You know, when I grew up with the original trilogy, which is still unbeatable in my opinion, Yoda was cool as shit, but he got so much cooler when he yielded a lightsaber and started jumping around and using the Force, as he did in episodes 2 and 3. So originally I thought the base was the actual Senate room where he fought Palpatine, but it's actually where Palpatine's office is, if you will. So I like they stuck with that theme. You kind of saw it at the beginning here. And he's on top, he's in an attack pose. Some of these switch outs are actually some of the exact same poses he had in the movie. He has his ceremonial robes on, which look like he made him himself on Dagobah, but he is ready to fight. He is serious, he is focused, and of course, there's a number of switch outs we're going to talk about. He's got his lightsaber, so I absolutely love this. I think they nailed it. I think they nailed the expression. I think they nailed the different options. And who doesn't love how cool and badass he is? And how adorable Yoda can be. Not as adorable as Baby Yoda. In fact, recently I filmed a new Baby Yoda video that you guys won't see for another month. But if you remember the original Baby Yoda from Sideshow Collectibles right here, my daughter has it up in her room. Per request, I'm going to put it with him for a little bit once he gets in his display spot. If you want to see what all that looks like, check out the Extreme Channel's social media, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. The link is in the description below. But regarding concept, I love it, especially with the switch outs you haven't seen yet. I think it's a solid 4 out of 5. When you do a life-size Yoda statue, this is what you want. But the crazy thing you're going to find out in design is this wasn't only available in life size. It was available in life size, quarter scale, third scale. I don't remember if it was half scale or not. But before we talk about some more details, a quick unboxing and assembly. It had to be freight shipped, and the freight they built around it sucked. But nothing was damaged, which is great. So it was a box within a box each time, so within a freight. Had the custom black foam and straps. The first one was just the base. Now, don't open it by the top, or don't lift it by the top. Mrs. X found that out the hard way. Second box had all the pieces of Yoda, the different arm switch outs, the lightsaber, the different portraits we're going to look at, and then, of course, the body on the bottom. I don't know why I said of course. So as you see, not really a lot to it. You have the base, the body, the arms, and the head. And lots of arms and lots of head. There's a joke I could have used. Along with some display options we're going to look at. First, his left arm, you have three options. One is it's slightly up, almost like, hey, come on, come after me. Another one, slightly down, kind of turned down. And I'm not a huge fan of this one. I don't think I'd ever use it, but I might. And then one where it's hanging to his side. I definitely will not use that one. Right hand is three options. One is obviously the lightsaber, which has a light up feature we'll look at. Another one I didn't care for. He's kind of just reaching out. And the last is he's using the Force. This is actually directly from the movie. I wish this would have been a left-hand option. I would have liked to see him with the lightsaber and using the Force. Three portraits here, and I don't even know how to describe these. They're all very slightly different, but they're noticeably different. So I'm just giving you shots of them. I don't know what to call them. One, maybe he looks a little more serious. One, he's thinking harder. I'm not sure. One, he's a little more mad. Then, of course, you have a light-up feature. So the light-up feature not only lights up the base on each of the four sides, as you see right here, on and off, but, of course, the lightsaber as well. And here are pictures of that. On and off. Now it's a button on the back side. It's an AC adapter. Very easy to turn on and off. And with that, they did give a 6-foot cord, which is great. So many times when they do a statue with light-up features, it's a 3-foot cord, and that's just not long enough.
That's what she said.
I knew I'd get one in there.
That's what she said.
So some cool design options. There are some flaws in the design that I really saw when I filmed the paint and sculpt, so you're going to hear me talk about it twice. But one is the hair. While it's great, because I don't know if it's real hair or something. It looks like Yoda's real hair, so I give him a lot of props for that. But it's glued in, and you can see some of the glue spots. They're hard to tell on camera here, but I think that's a miss. Also, the tip of the lightsaber doesn't actually light up. And I think it's designed this way, unfortunately. And lastly, the hilt looks pretty cheap. So I think it kind of counteracts that you have some bad things that were more of a QC quality of execution than an intentional design thing, but I'm putting them all together. I still give it a 4 out of 5. I think it's better than average. It's very cool. So with that, I'm going to ignore some of the design stuff when I grade the paint and sculpt, but you're going to hear me talk about it again up close right here. Starting with the base again in full Star Wars transparency lore. I'm sure this is from a specific part of that movie. I don't know if this is one of the Senate risers during that huge fight that they had going on or what, but pretty cool. I think it gives a good color variation to Yoda himself. It's identical on each side with, of course, those light up features that you saw right there in the front. It does have a little bit of a plastic feel to it, almost like a futuristic vibe. I think it's the colors, but then again, so did all of those seats they were going back and forth on in the Senate. And if this isn't from the Senate, then I just sound really dumb to Star Wars lore fans. Let's take a look at Yoda. So clearly his portrait is the star of the show. You know, it's interesting. Silicone, as we talked about, is kind of the latest rage because you can get a lot more likeness. That's more specific for humans, I would say, but the likeness on this is phenomenal. Even better than silicone. I would definitely give it a 10 out of 10. Now, all the other portraits like we looked at, they're a little bit different, so we're just going to look at this one. I love the fact that they have real hair, or a cotton material that looks like real hair. You can tell that it's glued in. Little bit of a disadvantage there. Obviously they couldn't root it in because this is a resin head. The ears look great. I love all the wrinkles on this. It definitely shows his age, not like he was, of course, in Empire and Return of the Jedi. I believe these are glass eyes. They look absolutely fantastic. I do have a little QC issue on the inside of mine right there. It's almost like a piece of resin. I don't want to work at getting it out in case it breaks, so a little bit of a disadvantage. But just fantastic job, as you can see on this portrait. The star of the show for sure. His clothes are fully sculpted, which I personally prefer. I'm not a big mixed media guy. I think there's sometimes it works well. Here, this is much better. Although it may have given it a more lifelike effect, but they did an amazing job on his robe and his little undersuit there. The way it flows down looks like it's not sculpted. He has his little hoodie in the back. Would be cool to put a hood on him, although I don't know how that would fit over his ears. Really nice job with the texturing and the layering of it. Almost looks like it's homemade, but it gives you that ancient Jedi feel, which I think is neat. His nails look fantastic along with his hands. Same coloring in his hands. It's that green with the slight yellow, just like we saw in the portrait. Lightsaber looks good. My biggest complaint is the tip doesn't light up. The hilt's okay. It does look a little bit plasticky, but I've never seen what his hilt looks like in real life. So hilt could be better. You know, most things I'm seeing aren't paint or sculpt issues. They're just kind of, hey, QC. Feet, a lot of similar comments about the feet that with the hands. Just looks great. The way the nails, the color comes from dark to light and then has that glossy touch on them. So overall, very, very happy with the paint and sculpt. What I would have liked to seen different, you know, obviously the QC issue, which really isn't a paint and sculpt, the hair being glued in, these are really design issues. And then, of course, the hilt, and then not lighting up right there. I think those are the flaws, but everything else, I hate to say the word, is damn near perfect. I think I got to give the sculpt a 5 out of 5. Likeness is huge for me. I think it's amazing, and like I said, I think they did the sculpted clothes perfectly, and the colors are spot on as well. For factory, I give it a 5 out of 5. If you zoom in and have some micro detail that you're trying to find, you're going to find flaws, but if you sit back 2 feet, I think it's absolutely amazing. Now with that, is this worth it? This is expensive. So they made 30 of these. I don't know how many they made of the other scales, but they made 30 life size, and it retailed a little under $2,000. Now, unfortunately, shipping, as you saw, was a whole pallet overseas, so that was $1,000. So you're a little under $3,000 all in for this. Is that worth it? I think it is. You know, I have these life-size pieces that cost $10,000, and they have edition sizes of about 100, so still small edition sizes. But I think this is great. This is the only Yoda I want. Although I could see me wanting an Empire Yoda someday, I guess, so I just contradicted myself, but hey, that happens. But if I had to choose between an Empire Yoda or a badass Yoda from Revenge of the Sith right here, I think I would take this. So because of that, I think the value's still a good... I think it's a 4 out of 5. I think there's a lot of Star Wars collectors out there. I think I could make a profit on this. I don't intend to sell it. Shipping it would be a bitch. It'd probably cost me another $500 to ship it in the States, but I think I could easily sell it for $3,500, maybe $4,000. This is done so well. Such an iconic character who's going to be around for generations. Does he have the X factor? So this is an accumulative score. It's final. Is it amazing when you walk in? Absolutely he is. I cannot wait to see what he's going to look like in the display. Again, make sure to check out the social media. The link's in the description below. But I give him a 5 out of 5 overall. Very, very happy with this purchase. It's one of my most anticipated pieces, and now he's here. And I love these life-size stuff. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. When people walk around the corner, they're going to be ready for, our Yoda's going to be ready for them, and I don't think they're going to be ready for Yoda. So I think that'll be great. But what do you guys think? Again, if you haven't commented, please comment below. Not only will it enter you into the next giveaway, where we give away thousands of dollars of statues, but I love to interact with you guys. Would love to hear your opinion. If I got a Star Wars fact wrong, that's because I was sleeping with your mom and your sister. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't subscribed and you like stuff like this, please hit that subscribe button. I'll talk to you soon. Hey, once again, thank you so much. Check out some of my other videos if you like this. Thank you to the creator of this. Super happy with it. despite some of those minor flaws, just nitpicking. But I really appreciate you, and I appreciate the other people involved in this project. And I appreciate you guys watching. Talk to you soon. Take care.